and our very best thoughts and concerns go to them. Steve, can you just pass that on our behalves? How are you, Steve? Okay, all right, now, councillors, we'll just start with apologies, and I have one apology only from Councillor Chris. Weddings in the family, I think. I'm sure they're all having a great time. I see there's a couple other people who are not here. I presume we're just sort of reflecting on them as lateness, possibly, something like that.
Come down for the main show later on.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll all be here. Ah, here we are. Yep, good. Right, well, I'll move the receipt of apology from Councillor Chris, Councillor Cameron, seconder. All those in favour say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Right, declarations of interest. Not aware of any of those. None of those. No declarations of interest. Confirmation of the minutes. I confirmed the ordinary meeting of the GB held on Thursday the 18th of December 2014, including the confidential section, as a true and correct record. Move that, Councillor Cal, seconds. All those in favour say aye. 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 It's passed. 5 acknowledgements and achievements. Councillors, you have our list of many and varied achievements there through the week. I want to acknowledge, last night I was at the New Zealander of the Year Awards. The New Zealander of the Year is a great Aucklander and an unbelievable Kiwi, Sir Stephen Tyndall. Really great to see him receive that award, and Sir John Coohan was in there beside him also. There are a number of Aucklanders who received acknowledgements. Peter Beck, the Rocket Man, was given the Innovation Award of the Year, and man oh man is that deserved. That guy is about to start a satellite network and make New Zealand the only the ninth country in the world to have the capability of sending satellites into space, in behind 8 other countries are all superpowers. And us. That man, I think, is going to rewrite his name in our books and beside Ernest Rutherford. He is unbelievable. Okay. Now I have 4 acknowledgements this morning. First of all, councillors, I'd like to acknowledge Marianne Rapata, South Auckland stalwart. Marianne Tuwha Ni Rapata from the Makaurau Marae Mangere passed away on the 28th of January 2015. Marianne played a pivotal role in forging closer relationships between her iwi, Te Ahiwaru, Waiohua and Te Akitai, and the Auckland Council, particularly with the Mangere Otahu Local Board in Te Waka Amamua. The wide-ranging involvement in council business has included, but is not limited to, Mana Whenua Kaitiaki, Watercare Kaitiaki Forum, Southern Initiative, Manukau Harbour Forum, Auckland Transport Representative, Unitary Plan Iwi Working Group, and input into the drafting of the local board plan. As the environmental spokesperson for her marae, she championed initiatives which contributed to the positive social, economic, cultural and environmental outcomes in her local area and beyond. She was also a long-time champion of the New Zealand Police as Iwi Liaison Officer for counties Manukau. Our thoughts are with her whānau, including her husband Henry, daughters Tuini and Tasha, and I represented our interests at her tangi. Can you please all stand in acknowledgement to Marianne? Thank you all. I next want to acknowledge Doug Armstrong. You will all know Doug, in particular either as a TV reporter and presenter, and for us in this sector as the former Rodney District Council Mayor. Doug died on Wednesday the 18th of February, aged 83. He was elected as Mayor of Rodney District in 1992, replacing the late Sir Gordon Mason, who had held the mayoralty since 1972. He resigned from local government in 2000. Doug was a regular face on New Zealand television in the 1980s, working as a sports broadcaster alongside the late Philip Leishman and Peter Williams as part of the One World of Sport team that covered the All Blacks' triumphant Webb Ellis Cup win at the first ever Rugby World Cup in 1987. Doug is survived by his wife Alison, 3 children and their families. Would you please stand as a sign of acknowledgement for Doug? Thank you all. I want to lastly acknowledge 2 people whose passing, one a kuia of our community and in particular mother of one of our Independent Māori Statutory Board members, and secondly one of New Zealand's most preeminent architects. I first of all want to acknowledge Alan Wilson ni Kaihau. Alan Wilson, affiliated with Akitai Waiohua and Ngāti Tiata, passed away on the 1st of February 2015. Grandmother of 6 children and mother of 9, amongst them Karen Wilson, a mana whenua representative on the Independent Māori Statutory Board. You will recall at our meeting with the Independent Māori Statutory Board, we acknowledged to Karen her loss, and we want to recognise on this occasion one of our family and the loss of their whānau. So we have sent the very best wishes, and Alf was present at Alan's tangi. And secondly, I want to acknowledge the passing of a great New Zealander, Sir Ian Athfield. Synonymous with Wellington, Sir Ian Athfield was one of New Zealand's architectural giants. One of his last projects was Auckland's newest public library, the Devonport Library, which will formally open today. And so on Ian's passing on the January the 16th, we lost one of the greatest ever of our architects. So I'd like to ask you to stand to both Sir Ian and Alan. Thank you very much, councillors. Yes, I know. I was just looking for some notes.
Oh,
actually.
thank you.
Chris. Lucy? I need notes.
Maybe I could,
Yeah.
if you don't have them before you, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah,